All right, so I want to show you how to find the distance between 2 points on a graph or a coordinate plane using the Pythagorean theorem, which is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Okay, and even more specifically, and just exactly how to do it if you're using delta math and you're doing this assignment. Okay, so they give you the two coordinates, so we'll point out that they've said nearest tenth if necessary. Okay, so we click twice to draw a line, and then you'd re-click on the line if you wanted to erase it. So the way I always teach this is to start on the left. Okay, so I'm going to just draw a line here. So I'm going to click once here. I'm going to draw a line straight up. Okay, when I see it's directly across, I'll stop. I'm going to click again to create my next line. And there, and now it says I can answer the question below. Now, technically, so if I want to get rid of that line, I could click there, there. Okay, I technically could make the line this way as well. I'll click, come down, click again, start my new line, click again. All right. And then they ask you for leg 1, leg 2, and then the distance. So leg 1 would be calculated by counting or figuring out what this one is, then figuring out the distance here, okay? So I'll go into that. I'll go ahead and just do this one right here. So, let's say, now it doesn't matter which one is leg 1 and leg 2 because those are interchangeable. So if I want to count, I'll do it the counting method first, okay? I can count by ones because I noticed that the entire graph is counting by ones. So if I start here and I count, I would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So leg 1 is 6. Okay, leg 2, if I start here, again, don't start counting until you've moved. So I'm starting here and I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. All right, and I actually know this is what they call a Pythagorean triple. So I know that's my answer, okay? So 6, 8, 10 is the distance between those 2 points, okay? And I submit. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and do it here. All right, so now here's a different question. So again, I always advise you to start with the left point because I look at this almost like when I taught you guys how to do slope. You can kind of look at your change in y value going up and down, and then your y and your x value going to the right. So this time I'm not going to count. I'm going to show you how to do this without counting. Okay. I want to know. So this one is across from 5. And this one is across from -1, which means this distance right here to go from 5 to -1 will be a distance of 6. The easiest way of thinking about this, again, we're looking at distance, would be if I'm going from 5 to -1, that means I've got to cross 0. So from 5 to 0 would be 5. 0 to -1 would be 1. So this is a distance of 6. Now let's see what happens when I try and draw my line. Okay. So I'm drawing my line until I am directly across the other one. I'm trying to make a right triangle is the goal here. So that way I can use Pythagorean theorem. Okay. I'll just go ahead and draw this line. I'll show you right here. Here's my right angle. Okay. So again, you could count by ones if you wanted. You need to look at what they're counting by. But another way of looking at this is this dot is above the 1. Okay. This dot, its x value is a 4, which means this is a change from 1 to 4. Well, from 1 to 4 is 3. Okay, and I believe I said this one was 6. So I'm going to go ahead and identify those. Okay. And then we have our right triangle. So we know this is A and B because they're connected to the right angle. I'm going to go ahead and put these in. Okay, so I'm just going to make this one A. So 6 squared plus 3 squared equals c squared. All right. 36. 6 times 6 is 36. 3 times 3 is 9 equals c squared. And add those two together and you get 45 equals c squared. And then I get this by itself by square rooting, and let me ask Alexa real quick, because I can't pull up a calculator at this moment. Alexa, what is the square root of 45?
The square root of 45 is approximately
6.708. Now they said round this to, so if I said round this to the nearest tenth, 7 is in the tenth space, the number behind it is not enough to make it go up, so my final answer would be 6.7. Okay, and that's if it's rounded to the nearest tenth. Okay. Now, if you're having a little trouble solving for C, watch one of my other videos. But this is just a quick way of doing it here. All right. So hopefully by the time you get to this lesson, you know how to find C. You're just, really, this is mostly just drawing a triangle. So again, my directions, I always say start with the left, go from left to right. And apparently this thing, oh wait, let me do it here. All right, so I go left to right, I always go up or down first. If I start with the left one, I'm gonna go up or down first. Okay, until I am directly across from that other dot. And then I'm gonna go here. Okay, I'm gonna change my thickness here. I like this one better. All right, so I'm gonna do this way. Now again, you're gonna have to do this without drawing on a computer screen. So again, you could count, because these are counted by ones. Okay, but again, going from -7 to -3, from -7 to -3 is a distance of 4. Okay, distance here is, this dot is going from 3 to 8 on the x-axis. From 3 to 8 would be 5. So those are A and B. You simply substitute those in. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. So you'd have 4 squared plus 5 squared equals C squared. And I'm not going to go through all of this. All I know is right now, because this video is not about finding C, or not about how to do it. It's just about making your right triangle, which this is. Okay, and solving. Okay. And what I know is C is something greater than 5 and smaller than 9, because I told, as you may recall, I said that C will be your biggest side, but it's also smaller than A and B when added together. All right. So I am going to go back to Delta Math just to do a couple more quick examples. So if I were drawing the line here, okay, I always start with the left dot. Again, this is not necessarily, you could do it any number of ways, but I like doing it like slope. You know, I think about this being a negative slope. Start with the left dot, go up or down first until you're directly across. And then we are going to go to the right. Okay, there's my right angle, or my right triangle as well, no problem. Okay, start with the left dot. In this case, I need to go up first. So I'm going to go up. And as you can see, I went from a distance of a spot of 2 to 8. So that'd be a change of 6. And then I connect them by going to the right. And that goes from -1 over to 4, which is a distance of 5. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and just write something down here. So again, this is my suggestion. Okay. We're going to start with the left dot. Start with the left point. I'll actually be technical and call it the coordinate, which is that what it is, or the ordered pair. Start with the left coordinate. We're going to go up or down. Till we're even with the other dot. All right. Then we're going to go right. And you should always go right if you start with the left one. Then go right. Okay. Find A and B. And then solve. And we're going to solve for C. All right. So in this case, once again, I'm going to do it the non-counting way. All right. Actually, I'm going to do it the counting way. I'll do it both. So again, a lot of students I have will go 1. Well, you haven't moved yet, so don't say that yet. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, I'm just kind of counting these little gray lines here. So this went up 6, and this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I feel like I did that wrong. It's amazing. So I'll double check it using another method because I felt like I wasn't paying attention there for a second. So this one is across from the y value of 3. This one's across from the y value of 9. So this has gone up 6. And this is above -4. This one's above 2. So from -4 to 2, and I'll just draw this so you can see it. If you think about it, I've gone from -4 to 0, that's 4. And then from 0 to 2, that's 6. So yes, this is correct.